On Plant Island, the Entbrat serves as the foundational quad-element monster. It combines 4 distinct natural elements into a single creature, making it one of the most powerful early assets in the game. But housing this monster on an early game island requires a massive commitment of limited resources. The footprint is significant. An Entbrat requires a massive 3x3 grid space on your island and occupies 4 of your bed slots. Despite that footprint, it provides unmatched early game utility. It generates coins faster and has a higher maximum storage capacity than any other monster available at this stage. This creates an economic choice. You must decide if you are keeping the Entbrat as a long-term investment, using it as a temporary stepping stone, or treating it as disposable fodder. The optimal decision is not static. It shifts based on exactly which progression stage you have reached. Misreading this curve creates a progression bottleneck, costing days of locked nursery time and millions of wasted treats on a monster that no longer needs them. Before you can optimize an Entbrat, you have to breed one. The goal is to secure the monster without locking up your nursery with long, failed attempts. Breeding requires a combination of plant, earth, water, and cold elements. Crucially, you cannot repeat any single element between the 2 parents. Using double element pairs, like furcorn and frog, is a high-risk strategy. A failed attempt can yield one of the parents, locking your nursery for hours. This matrix shows the superior strategy, combining a triple element with a single element. Pairing Bowgart with Noggin is most efficient. Pulling a failed Noggin yields just a 5-second penalty. Contrast that with T-Rocks and Potbelly. A failed Potbelly freezes your nursery for 2 entire hours. Later in the game, you can use an absolute workaround. Breeding a common Entbrat with a rare Entbrat provides a 100% success rate. Ultimately, minimizing your failure penalty time is the single most important factor in successfully scaling an entire island economy. Once successfully bred, the Entbrat serves as your primary coin-generating asset. There is a strict correlation between a monster's level, its feeding cost, and its maximum coin yield. This graph maps the ROI for leveling an Entbrat. Up to level 10, coin capacity remains steady and affordable, yielding 96 coins per minute optimally. Pushing higher causes a massive spike. Reaching level 15 requires nearly 1 million treats. That massive investment of 1 million treats yields only a 50% increase in maximum income. This is a resource trap. Mid-game players should stop feeding at level 10 to preserve those treats for other islands. You can still increase coin production without spending food. Surrounding the Entbrat with specific liked items boosts its happiness, raising its earning rate for free. Identifying this point of diminishing returns ensures food resources fuel the growth of an entire collection rather than being sunk into a single asset. Eventually, the need for raw coins diminishes. At this stage, the Entbrat is repurposed to unlock higher-tier monsters. The first shift is toward ethereal farming, specifically chasing the ghost. This requires pairing the Entbrat directly with the T-Rocks. As the flowchart shows, you will either unlock the ethereal ghost or trigger a T-Rocks penalty. The trade-off is significant. A failed breed results in an 8-hour T-Rocks egg, effectively locking down your island's standard production. Beyond ethereals, the Entbrat provides late-game utility as an egg battery for supernatural wubblins. Using the zapping mechanic, bred eggs bypass the nursery entirely and are immediately disposed of into wubblin statues. Activating top-tier wubblins requires an immense volume of eggs. You need 6 Entbrats for a pixelotl and 5 for a bon appetit. Late-game progression utilizes the Entbrat as a utility currency, sacrificing local production time to fuel the activation of higher-tier monsters. All of the breeding and economic data converges into 3 distinct strategies. The first is for the beginner, who requires an immediate economic engine. Breed 1 or 2 Entbrats using the Bowgart and Noggin combination to minimize nursery downtime. Stop feeding at level 10 and rely on happiness boosts from likes to maximize your output. The second strategy is for the mid-game optimizer, who is bottlenecked by ethereal unlocks. Dedicate 1 high-level Entbrat strictly to T-Rocks pairings to chase the ghost, even if it temporarily locks your nursery. The final strategy is for the time-poor completer, who must awaken wubblins against strict timers. stop focusing on coin production and switch to the guaranteed rare and common Entbrat breeding combination. Use this 100% success rate to mass-produce eggs for immediate wublin zapping. Treating the Entbrat as an economic engine early and a utility tool late ensures absolute efficiency. This life cycle ensures no resource is ever wasted.